Okay, here is part 2 of the Mitsubishi Magna TR. Right then, okay, now today's project is the timing chain. As you can see, it's pissing oil out of the gasket, and judging by all of that gunk that's down there, you probably can't really see it, there you go, it's losing it out the main seal as well. Now this car's done 189,000 and Mitsubishi seem to like you to do the timing chain once every 100,000. So that's what I'm going to do. I was lucky enough to find a brand new distributor on eBay. It wasn't really that cheap. There, if anyone wants one for their Magna, there's one for $80 on Gumtree right now. A brand new Bosch one, never fitted, for the 2.6 Astron. Yeah, it's that's a good thing. So I fitted that, but you know, I'm going to have to unfit it, if you like. These hoses need replacing. They're all hard and brittle. That one over there needs replacing as well. I've cleaned out the rocker cover. The valve in here, the control valve, the little ball was stuck, which probably didn't help it blowing its gaskets. Like I said in the earlier video, the rear main on the transmission side needs replacing as well, which is apparently a fairly easy job. But you've got to take the transmission off, and I've never done that. I've never done a timing chain either, but here goes, I'm confident. It's this is not the first time I've had this rocker cover off. I had a few hard deposits and stuff underneath it before, so it's all pretty tidy now. I've got a complete set for the valves. I'm going to redo the stem seals. So I did notice that it smokes just a very small amount on takeoff, not on tick over, just on takeoff. So I may as well replace them. And like I said, I'm going to do the timing chain as well. So as for now, it's raining. It's rained here for like 4 days. You can see up there, that's the first bit of blue sky I've seen for 4 days. So just getting ready. As soon as it stops raining, I'm going to disconnect that battery, and then I'm going to start pulling this apart, taking the alternator off, power steering unit, and then the oil pan down there, got to take that off, support that, and then these engine mounts apparently, and then I drop it down, take that pulley off, take the main pulley off down there once the engine's down, remove that, and then start taking off the timing chain cover. And once the timing chain cover's off, then I can go about taking off the chain and the tensioners. Apparently it's a chain, it's not really the chains that get worn in this, although they do snap. It's the tensioners that get worn, which causes the noise. You've got two chains here. You've got one for the cam and one for the oil belt and the balance shafts, dual balance shafts in these. People tend to take the balance shafts out. I'm going to leave the balance shafts in because the engine seems to run quite well as is. Okay, so that's I'll be back in a minute. Right then, now what we have is the trusty Gregory's manual. The negative lead is undone, the rocker cover is off, the splash guard for the engine for the left hand side has been removed. And the cross member has been unbolted, leaving us some access. Now what I've got to do is drain that engine oil out and drop the sump. Okay, so we've got the heat shield off, rocker covers off, negative lead is disconnected, power steering pump is disconnected, as is the alternator. The engine torque stay is unbolted and removed from the vehicle, as is the front engine stay, unbolted and removed from the vehicle. Power steering lines disconnected. air conditioning pump disconnected. Adjustment pulley bolt is loosened and removed. Down, you can't see down there, but amongst all that debris is the right hand side torque stay. I've removed that. It wasn't the easiest job in the world, but we did it. The sump is removed, and we dropped the engine to remove the pulley. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take off that timing cover, and we're going to have a look at the timing chain and the associated seals and gears. And as you can see from the crap that's around everywhere, it's probably been leaking. Might be the head, whichever way. The timing chain needs replacing anyway, so we'll do that. Now to drop the engine to a specific height so we could get that front pulley off to get to the seal, and to get the pulley off we had to drop that down. If we didn't drop that down, the engine will not drop far enough to be able to get the front pulley off. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't have to take that off totally, but yeah. So there we go. So this is today's project. Now that's all prepared, I've got a boot full of bits I've taken off the car. Yeah, get back to you once we've taken that timing chain off. Okay, we've taken that front engine bracket off the timing cover, and there we have the timing chain. Two little bolts in there you've got to undo, and the rest of the bolts in the timing cover. Now take care, because the bolts are different sizes, different lengths in the timing cover. Now there's a plated link, and there's a timing mark. So see, they don't match up, and there's a timing mark there. No plated link. So that's a bit of a nuisance. And up here there's no plated link or anything of reference. So that's a bit of a nuisance as well. Yeah, but we'll have to work that out. Have to count the links, I suppose. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the timing mark on that sprocket. Yeah. Okay, here is the timing cover with its new seal that came with the timing chain kit. I've just cleaned all this up, get rid of all that crap off it. Now I'm going to have to push this out with a drift or a large socket or something like that, and then fit the new seal to it. So yeah, put that in and I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, got that new seal in. There's the old one. Just came out, just gave it a knock, just came straight out. And then seated that one in. Now before I put it in, I've got to put some engine oil around that face, and that will just sit it on the shaft nicely, and hopefully no more leaks. Well, out of that seal anyway. Right, next thing I've got to do, as you can, as we mentioned earlier, the bright links in the chain don't match up. So if I was to just take that chain off, I've got no hope of getting these timing marks right, I would say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot down the shops now, and I'm going to get some white marker, like some correction fluid, some Tipex, some white correction fluid for the, you know, for paper, and I'll mark the chain, and I'll mark the sprocket because that will dry quickly, and then I'll just lay that chain out next to the new chain and then mark it in the same spot, and then hopefully when I put it back up there's no reason why the timing will be out. Okay, we've taken the gaskets off, we've removed the sprockets and the chains. We've marked them with Tipp-Ex to see where they were going to go. We've replaced that guide on that oil pump and installed it, and installed a new gasket in there. We've taken off the sprocket, top sprocket, and the housing. There's a sprocket there. It's all ready for its new gaskets. There they are, the old stuff. As you can see, I marked it on the top dead centre, and also marked the sprocket, and then counted round. I think you'll find it's 25 links. Did the same to the plated link, 25 links, and that'll be the same. Nice new runners. Okay, we'll try and throw it all back together. Okay, that's the timing chain and the oil pump back on. You can see I marked that with Tipp-Ex, and you can see that down onto that link there. Hopefully that link is facing the right way. It can only go one way, and I lost a bit of paper telling me which way it should go, and I'm assuming it is facing the right way. Well, let's just hope so, because I don't really fancy doing this again because it is a pain in the arse. There's a Tipp-Ex mark where I marked it earlier, top dead centre. That's rocking, that's rocking. Rocking! Okay. Okie dokie. Right then, there's the cam chain installed, the cam, the timing tensioners installed. So I've pre-oiled everything just to give it a sporting chance. I didn't seem to be able to get the 3mm tolerance of the play that they recommended on the in the manual, but there you go. I'm sure everything will wear in pretty quick. There's the timing cover with the new gaskets. Got to put the sealant, gasket sealer on both sides of the gasket, front and back of the gasket apparently. And there's, as we fitted earlier, the new seal. And there we go. It's a bit dark because I've spent ages doing this, and there's that's the timing chain on. I've got to put the oil in, put all new gaskets in the sump, and torque down the left and the right engine mount with the front. Got the distributor in there, got the air conditioning unit in there and it's mounting, and the alternator and the power steering unit. Got the wheel on and the brace torqued down. So yeah, just got to see if it will start now.